Okay, so Avi is opening the eggs for us. We're going to do zebra hamantashen, all of us together. Zebra hamantashen is just a cute way of calling, I'm going to make black and white hamantashen instead of ordinary white ones. Okay, so this was 4 eggs so far. So into the eggs, we're going to put a cup of sugar. 1 1/4 cup of sugar, actually. And the basic idea here is hamantashen start off as very similar to a white cookie dough. And you can make hamantashen with margarine. You can make them with oil. And I am not a terribly big fan of margarine, so we're doing this trans fat-free with only oil. So far, here's the cup of sugar. And here's another 1/4 cup. Here, I'll tell you chalasim bifnim. Okay, and then we're just going to mix it a little bit. Let's make sure it works first. Okay, here, I'll tell you chalasot it. Yeah, can. B'diuk. Okay, and the idea is that you mix it until it becomes a little bit thick. Now the attachment piece we have here is more like a dough hook. You could use that. You could also use a regular flat metal hook if you have a real mixer with you. Okay, and now we're going to add in a cup of oil to it. Okay, so that's a 1/4 cup measuring cup. We're just going to do it 4 times. 4. Okay? Beseder. This is baking powder, and what we're putting in is 3 teaspoons. The whole packet is 3 teaspoons. Okay, now all we have to do now is add the flour. Now, the full cup amount of flour is 5 1/2 cups, but because I want 2 doughs from this, I'm only putting in some of the flour first. Okay, so we're starting with 5 cups of flour. תשים את זה בפנים. 1, אנחנו צריכים לעשות את זה 5 פעמים. 1, 2, כן, בדיוק. And as you're working, you'll see yourself that it's going to turn into a dough. It won't anymore just be a sticky cookie mess. I've made this with children of every age, from as little as 1 1/2 to as old as teenagers. I find that everybody enjoys making hamantashen. There's something very relaxing about it. Okay, we're going to work it until you're going to have a dough that's going to be a little bit too soft because we did not yet add the other 1/2 cup of flour. Okay, so you see yourself that you don't necessarily have to have a mixer, just that if you do have one, it just goes a little bit faster. אז תעשה את זה יחד עד שיהיה לנו בצק ממש ולא פירורים. טוב. אז half of this dough now, we're going to put on the side so that it stays white. Okay, and the last 1/2 cup of flour, when it's like this, that you see it's already a bit dry, so then you don't even need to add it. Okay, אז אתה יכול לעשות את זה יותר עד שזה יותר דביקי, ואנחנו כאן נעשה את זה שחור. Okay, and this one we're just going to add a little bit of cocoa. It's about 1/3 cup, that it should become more, sorry, it should become a black dough. Okay, so let's just check the egg again. I'm doing this only because the eggs were a little small, and therefore the dough is a little bit too dry, and I don't want to add so much oil to it. So we're just going to do this again. It's going to be a little hard because we're doing it at the last minute, but we're going to try anyways. יפה. אוקיי, זה טוב. אפשר להפסיק עכשיו? Yeah. אז נעשה את זה עם הידיים. We're going to do it now with our hands, just to bring it all together. Okay, and that's pretty much how it should feel. Now, you could just use the dough like that. It's certainly going to look like a zebra. But what I really want is to be able to mix the two doughs together. So we're going to try to get it to be completely dark. And here, when you see it doing that to your hands, it means that it needs a little more flour. Okay, טוב, תעשה שוב פעם עד שיהיה לנו ממש שחור. איך שמך שוב פעם? נדב. נדב. This is נדב, ומאיפה אתה מגיע? מאיזה עיר? ירושלים. כן, and he's from Yerushalayim. He's here in the program by Boys Town. And this is יצחק. יצחק, ומאיפה אתה? ירושלים. ולפני זה? שוב פעם? ירושלים. ומאיפה ההורים שלך? Ethiopia? Again, and his parents are from Ethiopia. And they're both here in the program by Boys Town. איך אומרים? באיזה כיתה אתם? ט'? Zion. They're both in 7th grade. Okay, this is the way the dough looks when you're done. If you have a real mixer, so it will turn blacker faster, but it doesn't matter if it's swirled because we're anyways going to swirl it together now. Okay, so now I'm going to show 1 or 2 hamantashen, and then the young men are going to do them for us, and Avi. Okay, so an average hamantashen, I like them to be about this size. Now we could do a few things. You could just leave them one color, right? And maybe this one we'll do with sprinkles. We're just going to have a good time here because you could fill them any which way you like. I know that most adults won't think that's too yummy, but your children will definitely think that's yummy. Okay, so that's one. And they come out, like I said to you, like a cookie. And this is a traditional one because it's white, and that's what most people expect out of a hamantashen. And when I do them at home, I like to do them from 3 different colors. As יש לנו kapit. Okay, so we have here 3 colors. Here's red, here's orange, and here's purple. It'll be purple when it bakes because this one's blueberry. If you overfill a hamantash, what will happen is as they're baking, the filling's just going to go all over the baking tray, which I guess isn't so terrible, but if you want them to look nice, they really only hold a little bit, each one. So that's blueberry. And then let's make it a little bit thinner. And then you close it, right? And I have one daughter that very much enjoys baking. Actually, all my children enjoy baking, but I have one who's very, very exacting. She will take a cookie cutter to them, and you will have exactly perfect hamantashen. They will be exact. But in case you're not the type that likes measuring, you don't have to do it that way. This one will be orange, right? Here, Ken, אפשר לשים אותם על המגש. And this one, let's make it red. I find it's very nice to be able to have a variety. When you put them on the tray, they come out looking really pretty. And you can really fill them with whatever you want. There's chocolate spread people fill with too, which I don't really like. And the traditional way to fill is to fill them with poppy seeds, but I don't particularly like it, so we're not going to do that. Okay, so anyways, to make a zebra one, you take a piece of each dough, right? And I'm going to put them together, however you manage it. And here's again a ball, and I purposely don't want to mix it too much. And then just kind of swirl it with your fingers. Okay? And here we're gonna fill it with something. Let's do chocolate chips. Everybody likes a chocolate chip. Okay, so again, we put in 2 different colors of chocolate chips, and you could fill it just as much as you please. And of course, you want to see them, so stick them where you can see them. And then you just close it. And the best part about chocolate chips is they don't leak when you go to bake them. Because everyone gets to pick whatever they want to put inside. And if you're a little bit sugar happy, you could always put in more than one type. ואפשר לעשות עוד. תעשה עוד 2-3 איך שרוצים, ותבחור מה שאתה רוצה בפנים, עם סוכריות או chocolate chips, מה שרוצים. Okay, after they're ready, they don't need any glazing, nothing. They bake like a regular cookie. It's about 10 minutes in the oven till they're just slightly browned. יפה מאוד. Now you could do this the way that the boys are doing it, that you open the triangle and then put it in, or you could do it like I did it, that I just made a circle, put it in the center, and then I closed it. Whichever way works for you and your kids, however you like. And if you do sukariyot, so tase im ha'etzba k'tzat kacha. Yeah, she said lo yipol. So when you do sprinkles, you just need to push it down a little bit with the fingers so that it shouldn't fall out of the dough. Thank you for joining us today at Boys Town, Jerusalem, and I hope you enjoyed your time with us. I'm Tamar Ansh at tasteofchallah.com together with Avi and the boys of Boys Town, Jerusalem. Have a great Purim.